James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a pretty big earthquake down in Mexico. A magnitude 6.5 earthquake hit Mexico overnight. It came in as a 6 on the DYFI, a 6 on the shake map. There was an associated tsunami warning, and they thought the depth might be around 35 kilometers. This was posted by the USGS this morning. We're going to get some detailed information about this, but this is a large earthquake. All right, taking a look at what we have here. Looks like this is going to be the largest earthquake on the planet right now. A magnitude 6.5, 35 kilometers. Main source of data, USGS. The French came in at a 6.2, default depth of 10 kilometers. Raspberry Shake came in at a 6.4, also at a default depth. We're going to get some detailed information on this quake. We're going to have to zoom in and take a look at what we have here. This is going to be just off of a plate tectonic boundary. Looks like it might have occurred onshore, although it does have a tsunami warning. Looks like there's a couple of aftershocks as well. See a 4.2, a 4.5, and a 4.0. And, well, it's south of the only active volcano by quite some distance, right there in Mexico City. So, not on a plate tectonic boundary, right on top of Acapulco, not any active volcanoes that we know of right there. Now, this is a volcanic ridge, but I don't see any volcanoes activating. We'll make sure. They don't even show any volcanoes that have erupted in the last 10,000 or 15,000 years in this immediate area. This is quite interesting right there on top of Acapulco. This occurred 2 hours and 3 minutes ago, right about 7 a.m. It was a 6.5 according to the USGS. And, well, the depth looks like it was about 35 kilometers, 22 miles of depth. Felt over a large region here. That energy is working its way north. Following that plate, both south, 4.8, 4.2, and then north right into the Gulf of California. Sea of Cortez here. We have a 4.1. So energy is being pushed in both directions. A large quake. All right, taking a look at some earthquake details. We got a 6.5, depth 35 kilometers. Let's see, 397 reports. A lot of people felt this one right near Acapulco, USGS primary source. The nearest volcano, I won't try to pronounce it, Chichen Itzá. And 5.3 atomic bombs worth of energy was released with this one. Talk about strong, folks. Not on a plate boundary and not under active volcano. Very, very strange location for this quake and these aftershocks. Taking a look at those 370 plus reports on the shake map, a lot of Mexico felt this one, ladies and gentlemen. And it was, well, felt heavily near Acapulco, as you can see, and even up in Mexico City. Wow. 5.3 atomic bombs worth of energy is a lot of energy. All right, comparing quake data from different agencies, USGS, 6.5, 35 kilometers of depth. Germany came in at 6.4, 28 kilometers of depth. The French came in at 6.2, 10 kilometers of depth. Raspberry Shake came in at a 6.4, 10 kilometers of depth. Let's see, we have Colombia coming in at a 6.5, 35 kilometers of depth. We also have Australia coming in at 6.5. Sounds like a pretty, well, agreed upon number there. 34 miles or 55 kilometers of depth. Much deeper there. We got the Europeans coming in at 6.5 as well. 35 kilometers of depth. We have the Incorporated Research Institute for Seismology coming in at 6.5 as well. A solid 6.5 earthquake here, 35 kilometers of depth. We have the Italians coming in at 6.5 plus or minus 0.2. Next, we have Nicaragua coming in at 6.6, 53 kilometers of depth. And we have Mexico coming in at 6.5, 5 kilometers of depth. They're right on top of this deal. And that does it. Wow. Now, Volcano Discovery was calling out 2 aftershocks. I knew that wasn't going to be right. We've had a ton of aftershocks in this area. Just real quickly, it depends on what you want to count, but there's 3, 4, 5, and maybe 3 more. Definitely, I see 6 here if we count this one here, but 5 for sure here. So there have been some large aftershocks. A 4.2, a 4.1, a 4.0. This is going to be a 4.5 here. Smaller 2.4 here. And then surrounding, we see more activity. All right, so this earthquake had an associated tsunami warning with it. We are over at the National Data Buoy Center, and we see no buoys in event mode whatsoever in the area. So I think we escaped any type of tsunami. It did look like it was really on land, so that would be explained right there. But it was a big quake. In summary, a magnitude 6.5 earthquake strikes Mexico with at least 5 aftershocks. We have a 6 recorded on the DYFI, a 6 on the shake map. Associated tsunami warning, there was no tsunami. This was a 6.5 at 35 kilometers of depth. And as we discussed, it released 5.3 atomic bombs worth of energy and sent energy both north and south along the North American coast and South American coast. With that said, God bless. Please share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.